Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well on this fantastic day. It is early in the morning here in Swakopmund, Namibia. And yesterday we did some dry dye powder on dry yarn, rolled up and then placed into the dye bath. The dye bath already had some citric acid in it from a previous dye, so I then let it heat up in the dye bath, and then I added another liter of liquid to each dye bath, also with a tablespoon of citric acid in, just to bring the water level up. And today we're going to open it up and have a look. I had a request on YouTube. A viewer wanted to know if I'm going to actually show the results, and yes, indeed I am. So let's do the green and blue one first. Squeeze up some of the excess water. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that looks at the bottom. That's what I was hoping, and that side's really all muted. So let's start to unroll it. Oh wow, isn't that stunning? Look at all those speckles in the middle. That's what I was hoping for. That looks really, really, really gorgeous. Let's open it up a little bit more. And give it a bit of a twirl. See those beautiful blues and greens. I'm going to wash it, rinse it, put it on the towel, then we can have a closer look together. But I never in a million years thought we'd get actually a speckle on a mohair yarn. So there's hope for the future for doing this. Nope, no colors coming off. It should not do, hopefully. Okay, let's do the other one. This one was pink, fuchsia and orange, I think. Yes. Fuchsia and gold. Oh wow, look at that. Stunning. This is the one I just folded. So yeah, that's absolutely mind-bogglingly beautiful. But that's just me being biased. I think this pink and orange is definitely a gorgeous combination. Got from beautiful pastels to rich saturated colors. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, let's get these into the wash. I'm going to bring you along for the ride. Hope the camera doesn't fall off here. You can see the whole process. There we go. I've just got dishwashing liquid and in they go. Remember, this is mohair yarn, brushed. I definitely don't want to be felting it, so I'm going to be quite gentle. Just move it around in the soapy water. You'll see I'm not using cable ties for this yarn, which I normally do when I'm dyeing and processing regular yarn, simply because these skeins are really wide because of the nature of the material, and I definitely don't want to I wanted maximum surface area, so I'm not using the cable ties, and in this instance it's not actually that necessary. So give it a nice little wash. And drain by itself. I've already prepared the rinse bath on the other side. And you See, I'm just letting most of the water drain out by itself. I don't want to wring it, I don't want to squeeze it, I don't want to do anything that I would normally do to a normal merino superwash yarn, simply because it's delicate. This last little bit I will squeeze out, and then into the rinse bath we go. And while that side is rinsing, this side we can fill up again for the other one. And some dishwash liquid. Here in Namibia we have sunlight liquid, which is more than good enough. I know in Europe and America, the States, United States of America, and in Europe, in Britain, you guys have, I think, a product called Soak, which is specially formulated for wool, I think. We're not that lucky here, we use what we get. It's good enough for my dishes, it's good enough for me. Another type that we get here is called Polagric. It's a little bit of a cheaper version. It's actually just, in my opinion, a diluted version of the sunlight. So sometimes I buy the one, sometimes I buy the other. So let's put this blue-green, oh man, this is just absolutely stunning. Let's just put that in there, get this bucket out the way. Give it a bit of a dip, and then roll over. Not too much, as I said. Definitely don't want to be felting these beauties, which actually could be a stunning project. Those of you who do felting, I know normally you would just use raw wool, wool bats, all that kind of thing for felting. Although I see there's a big craze at the moment for felted slippers and felted handbags, where you create the item oversized, then you felt it in the washing machine and it comes out the right size. But for normal felting projects, I think one could definitely use this yarn. Okay, I just want to have a look here into this side, so I'm going to remove you here. And let's just have a look at, because these colors always just look so stunning when they're wet and floating in the water. Anyway, that was the red and pink, orange and pink, orange and pink. That's just absolutely stunning. So let's go back onto the stand. So this side I'm just going to drain and go place it on the towel. In a moment we can go analyze what the colors look like on the towel. Again, I'm not wringing out the water, I'm not doing anything to this yarn because she's gentle and I want to be respectful of that. And because I have semi-felted a skein of yarn like this before by manhandling it. It definitely doesn't want too much heat, not too much agitation. You must let it cool completely before you do anything with it. Warm it up slowly. It's very different to working with other types of yarn. So there we go. Let's just rearrange all the fibers a little bit. And I'm going to go put it on the drying towel. We will go and have a look in a minute. The drying towel just gives the option to absorb, wick away some of the excess moisture before I hang it up to dry. So otherwise you just end up with a big puddle on the floor and that makes a big mess. So let's fill that side with the rinsing. Again, just letting it drain by itself. Most of the liquid of the water out. Now we'll just give it a small squeeze here at the bottom. And into the rinse bath it goes. I've also found I could have washed them together, but because it's such a bulky yarn, you want the fibers to have maximum access to everything you're doing, whether it's the dye, the liquid, the soap, the whatever. So I find if you do one at a time, that they have fairly enough space to breathe in the bath. That's good. So I want to show you this one too. So let's take you off the stand here. Oh my goodness, I just love this. These are definitely my colors. The blues are definitely jumping out here, but as I said, this is a mix of blue and green, which is just gorgeous. Okay, we will get this one rinsed, and then we will see each other at the drying towel. Alrighty, here we are on our drying towel. As you can see, there are our two gorgeous colors together. Again, this one was green and blue sprinkled on, as you saw in the previous video, the sprinkling technique. And this one is orange and gold. Oh my, and actually look how gorgeous they look together. Well, let's take a slow flyover of this one, orange and the gold. Just to recap, this yarn is called Love. It is by African Expressions and SA Mills in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. That's where I import my yarn from. Obviously comes in a raw form. Let's grab a packet here, you can quickly see. And that's what they look like. There are 5 of these in a packet. And then I dye them. All these amazing, beautiful colors. So anyway, this one is Love. It is 68% mohair, 13% merino wool superwash, 9% nylon. On a 100 gram skein, we have 200 meters of yarn. It is a chunky brushed yarn. And if you want to know the yarn count for the very, very scientific knitters and crocheters out there, it is a 1/2 nm, if you know what that means. So this was the blue and green. Oh man, this is just absolutely stunning. And I don't think that any of these colors are recreatable. I can do something similar, but never, ever, ever the same. And that's what I like doing. I'm a small batch dyer, hand-dyed yarn, hand-painted yarn. I never, ever, ever have more than 2 or 3 skeins that are the same. And most of the time, only one. Okay, these are going to be divided into 4 25 gram minis, just because of the nature of the yarn. So there will be 4 semi-equal pieces, but also not really. If you can see that, and that, oh, where's my hand? That one, that one, that one, that one, all on the length of the strings. Because the color is not solid across, they will be completely different. So I actually think the 4 mini skeins will look quite different. But there you go. There are the results of our dry dye powder applied to dry yarn, then rolled up. This one was rolled up. This one was folded up. applied to a dye bath that already had some citric acid in it, and then I heated it up, added some more citric acid and water, and then let it come up to temperature, sit there for an hour or 3, and then I let it cool down overnight. And these are our results. As soon as it's completely dry, we can have a look at everything. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey, and feel free to leave your comments. I answer all the comments. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to know. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. And have yourselves a fantastic day. If you want to, you can do all the social things, like, share, subscribe, do all of that. It's really cool. If you don't, you don't either. I really just enjoy dyeing the yarn. This is a secondary. Have a good one. Bye.